You're welcome to our next lesson regarding pneumatic symbol and pneumatic circuit diagram. My name remains Emmanuel Alajemba, and I'm your lesson instructor for this topic. We have talked about pneumatic systems, advantages, application in the industry. But before the actual application of pneumatic systems, it is good to understand that pneumatic systems come with pneumatic symbols. These symbols are representation of the different components used in pneumatic systems. As technicians, engineers, we rely heavily on diagrams, we rely on symbols because it is the symbols that we'll use to form circuit diagrams. These circuit diagrams are then interpreted to the machine language, to the programming machine language, and then executed by the pneumatic system. Now, from the notes that have been given to you, you will find different pneumatic symbols ranging from compressor, valves, different control valves, cylinders, actuating devices, mechanically operated devices, pneumatically operated devices. All these are in symbols. It is good to know these symbols because without these symbols, you cannot carry out or draw a simple pneumatic circuit diagram. Now, let us look at a simple pneumatic circuit diagram. For compressor, like we said earlier on, there are about 4 stages to carry out pneumatic operations. We have the air production, air preparation, air transportation, and air consumption. Now, during the air production, compressor is used. What is the symbol for compressor in pneumatic system? You simply draw a circle with an arrow at the top. That is a simple symbol for a compressor in the pneumatic system, a simple symbol for the compressor. And then the compressor generates the air or produces the air. If you look at the board, you will find a simple 3x2-way directional control valve. This is a simple 3x2-way directional control valve. These valves are actually needed because without valves, you cannot just send compressed air straight to a cylinder. The compressed air has to go through valves. There are various kinds of valves and various applications for valves. In pneumatic systems, we make more of the use of 3x2-way directional control valves, 5x2-way directional control valves, 2x2-way directional control valves. These are all various valves. Now, a simple rectangle block is used to represent a directional control valve. Now, if you look at this simple rectangular box, it is divided into 2, meaning 2 position. So, drawing or separating the rectangle into 2 parts shows that this valve has 2 positions. But how many ways can the air travel? 3 ways. First, from the arrow, you can see the air travels from here up and then downwards. That means the air can travel in 3 different ways: the inlet, the working position, and then the exhaust. In the notes, you will find more elaborate explanation of the different kinds of valves that we have, and then how to know if a valve is a 3x2-way directional control valve, or a 5x2-way directional control valve, or even a 2x2-way directional control valve. But for this is a simple circuit diagram for a pneumatic system. A simple circuit diagram for a pneumatic system. This shows us the compressor connected to a 3x2-way directional control valve, and then to a single acting cylinder. To draw a circuit diagram for a pneumatic system, you need pneumatic symbols. Every component under the pneumatic system have its own symbols. In the note given to you, you will find many symbols. You need to know these symbols because these symbols will help you to understand pneumatic systems and even to draw a simple circuit diagram. Now let's look at a simple circuit diagram comprising of 3 different equipment: a single acting cylinder, a 3x2-way directional control valve, and then the compressor. The joining of these 3 different components gives you a circuit diagram. So how do you come about with a circuit diagram, a pneumatic circuit diagram? When you bring these components together, first, remember we talked about air production, air preparation, and then we talked about air consumption. These different components that does these different things can be combined to form a pneumatic system circuit diagram. But you must start with the compressor. And a simple compressor symbol is what we have here. And then you must join it to a 3 by 2 way directional control valve. And then it could be a single acting cylinder. And if you want to go ahead to use a double acting cylinder, you may need to change this to a 5 by 2 way directional control valve. Now, how do we come about directional control valves of different kinds? The note I gave you explained it very well, how you should be able to know or identify a 3 by 2 way directional control valve or a 5 by 2 way directional control valve. Meanwhile, this is just how to go about deriving your pneumatic system circuit diagram. All you need are the symbols. Joining of the symbols gives you a circuit diagram. You must be able to master pneumatic symbols. When you're able to know pneumatic symbols, then you can come about a simple pneumatic diagram. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in our next lesson where we'll be discussing about hydraulic systems.